Good morning, everyone. This is Karupasamy Sulamathu, Department of Civil Engineering, SRM Science and Technology. Today's topic deals with leachate treatment. Leachate is a liquid that drains landfill, which causes a serious problem to the public as well as environment, because it consists of various harmful components. Since it is risk to the environment, this needs to be treated very effective manner with very care and a systematic approach. Considering that leachate treatment consists of various stages, which includes pre-treatment, biological treatment, chemical, physiochemical treatment, eventually final disposal. If you look at that, the if you look at the left diagram, how the landfill leachates are treated by a systematic approaches is displayed here. So leachates are collected from the landfill area and which is feed into the collection pond, and pre-treatment is carried out there. So pre-treatment is nothing but before going for scaled or large treatment, or some initial treatment are carried out there. It start with exposure tank. So there check the flow and the composition of leachate and level of pH. It should be neutralized with reference to the type of leachate is collected there. And these are some of the things we supposed to carried out in the initial stage or pre-treatment stage. Once pre-treatment is done and denitrifications, nitrifications or some of the other component or other stages is supposed to perform. Denitrification concern, it is nothing but how the nitrates are converted into or reduced to nitrogen gas by means of denitrification bacteria. This stage we are reducing the nitrate to nitrogen gas, that is called denitrifications. And nitrification is the process to convert ammonia into nitrate. So these are the various stages we supposed to follow to treat the leachate. And as per the biological treatment concern, so biological treatment, it is a biological process where you perform aerobic, anaerobic treatment with and without oxygen. And for example, if you take aerobic treatment with oxygen, that is meant for younger ages leachate. That means where BOD, COD is higher, there you apply it. The leachate is not strengthened or strong one. So there we go for biological treatment. So biological treatment, it's a general process. Using microorganism, you are decomposing decomposing what do you call organic matter. So by means of biological treatment, so we can do the leachate treatment. Maybe it's a sludge activated process, aeration system, or sequencing batch reactor. These are some of the examples for aerobic treatment. Anaerobic treatment, without oxygen, we perform this anaerobic treatment. This is much slower. The process is much slower, and moreover, it is why it is slower, because we are using very high strength leachate. So in that case, the process makes slow, and it is trying to remove. It is trying to remove unwanted things to reduce the impact which leachate is having, done with the help of anaerobic treatment. And sometimes biological process doesn't work well. In that case, we go with physiochemical treatment. Coagulation, coagulation is example for a physiochemical treatment, where what we are doing there, we remove some metals in the coagulations or coagulations approach. The intention is to remove the some metals from that. And if you go with chemical precipitations, there we remove the heavy metals there. And if you consider absorption, that is for color and odor, and these are some of the examples of physiochemical treatment, how it is carried out to reduce the impact of leachate which is generated in the landfill area. In final disposal, whatever the process we do it, that is final disposal without having any harmful component with that. And for that we do some nanofiltrations or ultrafiltrations. Ultrafiltration, we remove the large particles. Nanofiltration, we remove the small particles. Sometimes we enhance this leachate. So that this leachate will not make any harmfulness to the environment, most basically surface water, groundwater, land and air will not be get. I mean, of course, not air. Land pollutions or groundwater contamination, surface water pollution may not occur due to this leachate after we perform all these activities, all the stages, all the process, what we discussed so far. And then finally, the treated leachates are drainage, I mean the discharge to the sewage treatment plant. That is also, but this needs to be performed as per the policies and regulations which is framed by the government authorities, or Central Pollution Control Board or State Pollution Control Board. In general, we follow Central Pollution Control Board policy and formulations and regulations to follow this all, in order to avoid any contamination to the groundwater or surface water. Considering that the treatment is very mandatory, leachate treatment, because it is contain very harmful components to the environment, it is necessary to treat it in a right manner by systematic approach, and eventually the final the disposal things are done in a sewage treatment plant or discharged into sewage treatment plant. The treated leachate should be drained through the drainage or discharged through the final sewage treatment plant. So these are the things we consider as for the leachate treatment concern. As a whole, leachate is not good idea to discharge without treatment. So considering that, the leachate should be treated by using various approach mentioned here, and filtration should be done, so removing unnecessary particles, and before you dispose or discharge into the final stage, this all necessary to be carried out as per this treatment concern. Leachate, though it is collected in a proper manner, the treatment is mandatory to have a better environment and reduce the impact which is generating due to the leachate. Of course, this is giving a source for generating the unnecessary gases also. So these gases may be harmful to the environment or the public. So the leachate, it is mandatory to treat them in a proper manner, and the final treated leachate should be discharged to the final treatment plant or sewage treatment plant. And that is mandatory for any treatment concerned to the leachate. Though there are many approach there are followed, the biological process or chemical process, physiochemical process are very essential. Certain aspect of biological treatment is insufficient, then we are going for chemical treatment, by removing the heavy metals, or removing the organic component. So these are the things we need to consider as per the treatment concern. There's other diagrams, so they are how the leachates are filtered to the biological tank, how the process are carried out to treat the leachate there, and there is a clarifier tank, and as a supporting media which is used to reduce the impact of leachate, and air also is feed into the system to reduce the impact or enhance the leachate levels, and eventually the leachates are treated to bring the good quality outcome from the system, and final treated leaches are disposed or discharged to the sewage treatment plant. Thank you.